What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Talking Bull podcast. We bring you the nerdy news you need to know. I'm Anthony, and today I got with me Drock, aka the Horror Squid, aka Derek. A name I never call him, but that's his name.
What up, buddy?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I am good as usual.
Awesome.
Got some free time. Figured we could knock this out early today instead of
Yeah.
doing it at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it is. It is the middle of Saturday. Even though I'm drinking a fucking monster right now, I'm alive and kicking, which is it's great. So it's nice. Like I said, what's up?
You said even though you're what? Sorry, Discord freaked out.
Oh, I said even though I'm alive and kicking, I'm still drinking a Monster Energy because why not?
Nice.
Why
nice.
not? That's what you do, right?
I
So
got this massive 89 cents fountain drink from the gas station.
dude, that is fucking America.
It's delicious. They changed their syrup at this place.
I can't even. You know what? Just you do you, bro. You do you. So, like I said, yeah, when I started this back up with Drock, we're gonna record when we could. So here we are recording. So we got, and again, big news week, so it works out perfectly. So
for sure, yeah.
So our main thing, this thing, of course, as always, is DC, and for once, we're bringing you good news. It's good news and good stuff and a plan. They have a plan for the first time in I think 15 years. They have a plan, and I'm actually excited for it. So on Tuesday, Wednesday?
It was Tuesday.
On Tuesday, James Gunn and co. announced the first slate of DC, their whatever universe they're calling it, but it's DC
They're calling
Studios.
It the DCU.
Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. And I love that it's called Chapter 1. And I love that it's set up like this. And I'm just moving things around now so I can see things.
Also, my microphone probably sounds much better now because I forgot to swap over to this and not the built-in one.
Also, when I moved the windows, it messed up the fucking thing. So we have lost the picture of Drock.
It's fine because I don't have a picture of you, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on the virtual cam.
That's all good, man.
So now you're back because I minimized the window, so it was like freaking out. So it was weird not seeing you as I did it, but now I got the window back open this way, so it'll work just fine. But I was like, where the hell did you go? Anyway, so yeah, Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. We got our first little announcements of what everything's going to be. And basically, I don't know where it went, but I had the list of how it falls into like the kickoff point. You know, they showed that one chart of how like the rebirth and crap like that. But anyway, so our first movie, technically under the new DC universe, is Superman Legacy, which is going to be written as well as directed by Gunn himself.
Which I'm excited for because it might actually be a good Superman movie.
I'm
not the biggest Superman fan, but
yeah,
I'm excited to see what he does with it.
I'm excited. I'm not a fan all that much of All-Star Superman, but I have faith in Gunn's writing and directing, so I'll get that. And then it jumps down here to the Lantern TV show that we've known about for a while, but now it's basically what they're saying. It's True Detective, but with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Well, let's fucking go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The show originally was going to have Guy Gardner, but they were like, no one gives a shit about Guy Gardner. Get him out. And I agree.
And what I like is like he explained that it's gonna be like a reveal of something that's bigger in the DCU, because anything DC puts out now is apparently going to be connected.
Yeah, everything's connected now.
So are they rebooting the animated movies?
As far as I could tell, I think they're gonna finish off their slate of whatever they have, and yes, everything will be connected through that. I have an article here that DC wants to do what Marvel did and lock in actors for a 10-year contract to have them weave in and out of projects, whether it be film, TV, animation, or video games. So everything is going to be tied into that 10-year plan of weaving in and out of certain projects, which is what Marvel did as well.
Yeah, I mean that sounds awesome. I mean, it's what DC needed, and
Yeah.
I mean, like I said on previous episodes, you know, I've been day one as soon as they announced James Gunn being being like half of the CEO or half of over the studio or whatever. At least he'd have some control. Like I was stoked. I have 100% faith in him, and I think he's going to do great. And also, he's worked with Marvel before, so he's going to bring some of that over here. He knows.
Exactly. He knows the inner workings. He's worked under Kevin Feige forever, so he knows how to do stuff. So we got the animated Creature Commandos TV show,
which I'm very interested in.
Yeah, that seems very much up his alley. It's Creature's Suicide Squad, basically. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and we'll have Weasel and Rick Flag Sr. With both animated and voice actors set to reprise their roles.
So that's not Ric Flair from the regular Suicide Squad. That's like his father.
You said Ric Flair.
I mean, oh my god.
Woo! Wrong Flair.
You knew what I meant.
I do. I don't know.
That would be great if they did bring him back.
Yeah, it probably is then. So we got another TV show, Waller, which is just about Amanda Waller. Peacekeeper is getting a second season. All of this will be due to Gunn. They did say, however, Peacemaker's second season is delayed because of many things that he has to do.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got The Authority, which is the Wildstorm characters. They are like a darker version of the Justice League, but not Justice League Dark.
What I like about that is like I feel like I don't know anything about them. I've never heard of them, but what I like is that it seems like he's doing the whole Guardians thing, where he's bringing these unknown characters into the spotlight. You know?
Yeah. The only character you might know is Grifter.
I know Grifter.
Yeah, he's in that as well. He's basically like, I know he's done a lot with Batman and Nightwing in the main DC universe for a while.
He's like
right
the
now.
red cloth mask.
Thing,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. Futures End. I read some stuff when I was reading Futures End. He's got a part in that. He actually used to be a different comic books character, like company's character, and then, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was under. Yeah, it was. But yeah, so that's cool. I like Grifter, so that's cool to see that. Yeah, they're like the Dark Justice League or whatever. So it's interesting to see that. They're what everyone thinks the DC should be. They're what the Justice League should be. So this should satisfy all little Snyder dick suckers there. They'll love that because that's what they want.
Love the what? I'm sorry.
The Snyder dick suckers. They should love the Authority. They are what they think Justice League is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got Paradise Lost, which is a show that's going to take place on Themyscira before the birthplace of Wonder Woman, and I guess is a Game of Thrones style with all woman society. So, definitely interesting. Something we definitely didn't need, but there, so, interesting.
I mean, I think it'd be good because I guess maybe like it's just I think he's just trying to cover all bases, kind of like how what Marvel does with all their TV series set in the same world, So it's like we have all this stuff coming, so where you'll have content within it, and it's all the continuities together.
Exactly.
My thing is are they gonna bring Gal Gadot back?
Well, that was another thing, and they were talking about this week that necessarily she's not done.
They're just not.
They're just not using Wonder Woman right now.
Yeah.
Like Patty Jenkins is out, but Gal Gadot could come back as Wonder Woman at any point down the line.
A good Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Don't like those they were boring. I was like, the first one, I'm like, I can't get.
Like I said, the first 90% of the first movie is good. The second one's terrible and very problematic.
This does bring me to question real fast. Let's backtrack because you brought up Waller.
Yeah.
So they're keeping her as Waller because I'm sure he wants to keep his
Yeah, it's Viola Davis.
his Suicide Squad canon.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is no one's talked about her in a while. Nothing's come up like Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Is she staying?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's so okay, cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
she's a good Harley Quinn.
yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Now, the other thing, so about the Snyderverse stuff, I got scissors in my hand. I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting. So they're gonna finish out Aquaman, and people keep saying, "Oh, they're keeping Momoa as Aquaman," but the way I took it was that they're just their sequels coming out, and then that's it.
Well, according to whatever they said this week, and this was after Tuesday's announcement, they've always envisioned Aquaman as a 3-movie like trilogy. So it looks like they're going to keep that and keep going with Aquaman.
He's gonna stay Aquaman. He should have been Lobo.
I mean, he could do both. I'm not opposed to either. So let's face it, his Aquaman is borderline Lobo.
Yeah, but I'd rather him be Lobo than Aquaman because I don't like those Aquaman movies. I know you said you liked the first one. I tried getting through it. It's very Zack Snyder, and I can't stand. I know he's not doing it, but everything's so CG. It just looks so bad to me. I don't know.
I see. If you take Snyder out of it, I think it's not a Snyder movie, which I appreciate. Yeah, it is very CG heavy, but I enjoy it. I think it's an actual well told story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah,
and like there's very few references to the actual like League stuff in that first movie. So, and it looks like the second one won't tie into anything either. So, other than maybe a cameo that probably got cut or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, a lot of this is like kind of a toss up because the Flash is going to reset everything, and then they're just going to go forward anyways.
That's what I was saying right there. And also a lot of people are like giving him like grievances about, oh, you're gonna keep Ezra Miller but got rid of Henry Cavill and blah blah blah. But I'm like, I think
did you see a statement about Cavill?
What?
About Cavill? He's like, we get
from like the one I sent you?
No, yeah. Like we never hired Cavill. He was never hired, so therefore he was never fired. Yeah. Like, so everyone was like, oh, you fired. They never hired him. This was all... People are getting twisted around because this was all a thing from The Rock.
Yeah.
As a promotional thing for Black Adam. And we all fell for it. We were all excited because he was back, but there was no official announcement from anyone other than The Rock and Cavill.
Yeah.
So...
Well... My point of that was what I was getting at was the whole Ezra Miller thing. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, they're keeping him in the Flash. They're keeping him as the Flash. Blah blah blah. Why are they doing that? They got rid of everybody else." But I'm like, I think they're going to let the Flash movie come out, and then after announce we're using somebody else.
Yeah, or they're waiting to see what Ezra does.
I really feel like with all the shit behind him.
Oh, I wish they would fire their ass.
Yeah, because I don't like them as the Flash, to be honest.
Oh, I never did either. I was never a fan of what they did with the Flash in the movies. I'm gonna go see the Flash movie because I'm curious to see the whole point.
No, I'm for sure gonna go see it.
But
I just want to know what they're gonna do in the long run. Like, I'm sorry, I got way off what I was trying to say.
No, you're good.
I feel like once the movie comes out, then they'll figure out what they're going to do with Ezra Miller because I think they don't want to fire them and then the movie bomb. You know what I mean? Like no one's going to go see the movie because like, oh, well, what's the point if he's not? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
again, they're not even on the slate, right? Flash and Wonder Woman aren't on this first slate, and there's a reason for that. The Wonder Woman movie is so bad that they're just going to leave that alone for a while. Mm-hmm. And because of the problematicness of the Flash, they're like, no, we're not going to touch that for a little bit either. They're going to let the Flash movie come out. Well, Flashpoint, right? Because they have to release that movie.
Oh, you meant a separate Flash.
Yeah. They didn't announce a new Flash movie, and then like they announced Superman and Batman, right? They didn't have to.
Yeah.
But they obviously they could have. But my thinking is Gunn was like, you know what? Wonder Woman and Patty Jenkins have such a bad fan thing right now that let's leave them aside for now, and we'll focus on other things.
Yeah.
Like getting Superman right. And the same thing with The Flash. Why, like, this Flash movie is gearing up to be, like, their big thing, right? Why wouldn't you announce that? Oh, we're doing another Flash after this one. Because obviously there's a problem with Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, DC has their, like, big tentpole, which is the League, right? But they only announced 2 of the 5 members of the League having a movie. And the Lanterns are going to their TV show up until they launch probably some big fucking thing with them, right?
Yeah.
So that's my thinking.
I'm wondering timeline-wise now about the movies, because we didn't get to it yet, but you did just mention it talking about the Flash. But you know, he announced that he's doing Brave and the Bold Batman, right? The Grant Morrison run. Is it Brave and the Bold?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's awesome, because we're gonna have Damian Wayne as, you know, Robin.
Yes.
And we're finally getting Robin back, which means we're gonna get the Bat family, which is fucking awesome.
They announced in that thing that Damian and more of the Bat family. So we're going to see Nightwing.
Red Hood.
Finally, these characters who have been sitting on the shelf for so long in this medium. I can't wait. And that run is so good.
Mm-hmm. I read a little bit of it. I enjoyed it. But what I'm wondering is, they're doing younger Superman.
Yeah.
Like early. Like, will that be set before? Like, what are the timelines of these movies? You know what I mean? Are we getting a younger? Like, is that set in the same timeline as the Batman movie, or is it set before?
Oh, it's probably like they could split it. Like, you know what I mean? It could be like they show a little bit of him younger and then they just jump to him being Thing. Or when they finally like do the Justice League team up movie, they just put him at the same age. That was just the story from before. You know what I mean? They were just telling not an origin story, but like a origin of Superman in Metropolis story. But once they jump to the Justice League, he's been there for a few years, it doesn't matter.
That's true, yeah.
They don't need to write like some big fancy fucking explanation. It's just, okay, we got Batman, we got Robin, he's got young Robin now, he's got Damian, he's got, you know, because remember the New 52? Even that timeline was wonky as shit because it didn't make sense. Because
I really liked it though. For the most part, I liked the reboot because it's easy for me to get into it. Because I had basic comic book knowledge.
Yeah.
So it was like when I got into it, it was during New 52, and I was like, oh, okay, I can keep up with this for the most part. And then, you know, obviously it's way beyond me now.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I like 52. I didn't mind 52. There was some shit that I hated in the New 52, but once they did Rebirth and set everything kind of back to where it should have been and fixed a lot of this shit, that's where I was like, this is good now. That's where we got a lot of the great runs that just went through.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this, man. I can't wait. I'm excited because like we get the Batman 2, which we were wrong. They're keeping that as an Elseworlds Batman story, which is kind of cool. We don't have to
about what
putting what's his face Pattinson's Batman in the DC universe stuff.
Okay, I thought you were about to say that we were wrong about they weren't making a part. I'm like, oh no,
no, they were making a part 2. That was a given. That movie did very well for DC. But now we're gonna have 2 Batmans, which is cool. We're gonna have Pattinson's Elseworld stories as the Batman, and now we're gonna have Brave and the Bold with Batman and Damian and the Bat family. Which I'm like, that's all I've ever wanted, was finally to evolve Batman to the point where it's like, he's not young Batman anymore. He needs people.
Yep. I'm interested who they're gonna cast as him.
Yeah. I'm more excited for Batman than I am Superman, but I've always been that way. And I think that's a lot of the problem with DC is they've always had a Superman problem after the initial Reeves one. He's just hard to relate to, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never been a big Superman fan either, but it's how you write them, right? There's some great Superman stories that just I don't read. But
Yeah.
but Nick loves Superman, so he's very excited for that. I'm just like, if you make it good, then go for it. Like there's parts of Man of Steel I like. They just didn't follow through on a lot of it, so we get a new one.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm very excited for this slate. I'm gonna check out most of this, if not all of it, to see how it goes.
I am too. I do have a question.
So,
how much do you want to bet that maybe one of the big events it leads up to at some point within the next, like, I guess 10 years, because that's their thing, right? 10
yeah.
years. How much you want to bet they do a Crisis and they bring back like Batfleck and they bring back Keaton and they bring back all the Supermen. You know, they like
Yeah. Oh, I'm down for that. That'd be cool. Because now that you have that, right?
yeah, they bring in Grant Gustin as the Flash,
Yeah.
or whoever the new Flash is. And,
bro, they could even bring in Tyler Hitchens, like Superman and Lois, because like that show is loved right now, and I love that like shows. So just to jump off that real quick, they actually talked about that show during this announcement. People were asking about that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, they were like, well, what about Superman and Lois? He's like, well, we're gonna keep that going for 2 or 3 more seasons because people love it and it's a good show. And I'm like, that's cool. You're letting people know that like you're not just abandoning these shows. Mm-hmm. And then they asked him about Gotham Knights, and they were like, no comment.
Yeah, that's already dead in the water.
Oh, I know. I've heard that like, it's ugh. It's gross.
I watched the trailer and could not believe what I was watching.
Dude, I had to shut that trailer off and come back 10 minutes later to watch it because, like, it's so bad. It's awful. It's awful. And then they announced the end of Titans and Doom Patrol. Their current seasons or next seasons are their last one. But they reiterated that wasn't their decision. That was done before they were brought in.
Which I feel like a lot of the decisions were of stuff that they got canceled. It's like all this was already going to happen, and I mean, it's like the state of the DCU was just
in shambles, good. Like,
and all the people who were wanting to keep it what it was is just it just baffles me. I'm like, let them come in and reset it. Let them come in and give us something cohesive, something that like where it all makes sense together.
And again, it's not gone. It's just reset. Right? That's
Flashpoint.
that's always my big thing, and that's how I try to associate things with a lot of stuff now. That I don't, if I don't necessarily like it, I'm like, it's just a different take somewhere else. Like, again, prime example is Rise of the TMNT. I absolutely love that show. I think it's fucking terrible, and I think it did a disservice to the Turtles. But that is my opinion. And they're in another universe, way the fuck over there, away from me.
Nope, I am 100% with you.
And I don't have to deal with it or associate it, and it's dead. And I don't care, it can do whatever the fuck it wants way over there.
The fact that it has a movie coming out still is just bizarre to me.
No, it already came out.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it came out. Like that Netflix one they were doing to end the series.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's done. I read what happens. But yeah, it's dead, and I don't care. And now I get 2 new movies. Yay.
I'm excited. I'm excited for those Turtles movies.
Yeah, me too. We got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow announced as well. Now, I don't remember if that was a TV show or a movie, but it's based off Tom King's comic run. Yeah. It says a movie. So it is a movie. The run was inspired by her going into space on a mission of revenge for some shit that happened to her. So it's a very different take on Supergirl. Which I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he said she's very jaded. She's not like the normal. She grew up on a chunk of Krypton.
Yeah.
Almost said a chunk of kryptonite.
That would make her jaded. Yeah, because like the Supergirl, like after 52 and shit, she had the fucking Red Lantern ring and all that shit. So who knows? But Tom King is awesome. He does good shit. So I absolutely have faith in that story as well. And they do not know if Sasha Callie is going to be Supergirl or they're going to recast her. My bet is on recasting. That's what I would say.
It just sucks because that movie had so much potential, and then now it's just no.
Yeah, and then Booster Gold is getting a TV show as well, which I think is kind of hilarious.
I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna be awesome.
I do as well. And we're also getting Swamp Thing.
That's another thing I'm super excited about. Just a horror show. He said it's gonna be a lot darker than the rest of the stuff, but
let me see if I can. While you chat about
it'll
that,
still fit in.
Oh, you're done chatting about that. Okay. I was trying to see if I could find the timeline that they had set up. No, not MCU. As soon as I typed it, it's like, do you mean MCU? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not finding it here. There was a way they had it set up so that it was like, this leads into this, this leads into this. But anywho. So Superman's first, it comes out in 2025, which I think is really cool. Okay, yeah, so here it is.
Yeah, that's gonna get here quick.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is Shazam comes out first. It loosely apparently ties into Flash, I read. And then the Flash goes, and then Blue Beetle is its own thing with like relatively zero ties to the overall current state of the DC EU. And then that leads into Aquaman, which is basically just its own thing. And then it's which is all 2023, and then 2024 is the Joker movie Part 2, an Elseworld story, Constantine, an Elseworld story. So the first thing out of the new continuity for the DCU is Creature Commandos and Waller. Those are all 2024, the animated and the live action. And then the first thing out of the gate is Superman, followed by the Elseworld story of the Batman Part 2, the Lanterns TV show, Paradise Lost, The Authority, then Batman Brave and the Bold, Booster Gold, Supergirl, and then Swamp Thing. And that is your current slate of mainline things.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, and then they have various little logos and stuff like that for what it is and stuff like that. I'll probably end up using it for
official stuff. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, it was a official thingy. Here, I should be able to send you it so you can look at it. Boom. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so that's the, as far as I know, official chart of how this works. But I could be.
I love that they mentioned Teen Titans Go. Like Teen Titans Go is gonna stay its own thing.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep that, but
yeah,
that Supergirl logo looks super like country, like super cowboy, western.
Yeah, I don't know if these are like keeping with the current slate, because these logos are all based off of different things. Like that Superman Legacy one is based off the All-Star Superman logo.
Yeah.
So they're very early concept looking ones, but yeah, I'm down with that.
So Shazam will not be. There won't be another Shazam after this one?
There probably will be, but they just haven't announced it yet. I'm assuming there will be, but again, that's another toss-up thing too, right? Because Shazam was never tied into the overall DC thing either, so
I'm excited for the Blue Beetle movie.
I am too. After watching Young Justice with him in it, I think they did a really good job of telling that story, so I really enjoyed
Yeah.
that. So we shall see. All right, where did we leave off here? Then they gave an update on Cavill, Godet, and Ezra and stuff like that. And then, yeah, like I said, he's like, we didn't fire Henry. He was never cast. He was a cameo, and that was the end of his story. And people were just getting all pissy. And he's like, they're trying to work within whatever to maybe bring some of these people back in various things.
Yeah, it's so bizarre to me, like how like the studio let that happen, let them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
So,
let like it just makes no sense.
yeah. Gunn said there's no reason why all these people you mentioned couldn't be part of the DCU. We just haven't decided what story we want to tell with incorporate Shazam or Aquaman. That was Saffron said that as well, with in regards to Godet and Wonder Woman. And then when they asked about Ezra Miller, they said Ezra is completely committed to their recovery. We're fully supportive of that journey that they're on right now. When the time is right, when we feel that they are ready to be discussed, we will figure out what the best forward is. But right now, they're completely focused on the recovery. So, in other words, we're going to wait for the movie to come out, see how it does, see how this guy or they do with their recovery. And after that, we'll decide when we're going to shit can him. Is how they won't want to look like the bad guys right now by shit canning Ezra Miller while he's their quote unquote recovery, right?
Yeah,
But as far as I'm concerned, they should shit can him.
that's how I feel too. I mean, I'm right there with you.
Like we also saw a lot of the stories of what they did, and it's not cool shit, man. So I'm down for the shit canning of Ezra Miller, and I stand by that. uh, Logan director James Mangold is in talks to direct the movie. For Swamp Thing.
Okay, cool.
So I'm cool with that. And Affleck is in talks to direct something. So
That'd be
that's
awesome.
two big directors that are people that are in the current state of wanting to direct things. So that's cool.
I still
Oh,
wish we could have got more Bad Fleck, but
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. We've got Rob Pat and we got whoever's gonna be the new Batman. So
exactly. Oh, and for all you Snyder fans there, uh, fucking James Gunn came out the other day and basically said that they fucked up royally when it came to the entire DCEU. So even Gunn knows they fucked up.
wait, you said James Gunn said that?
Yeah, James Gunn came out the other day and said they fucked up.
Where did he say that at? I didn't see that.
Hang on, I have the article right here.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, during Monday's event, they talked about it and sharing his what went wrong, and he said, "I wanted to take care of these characters. We all know it's been fucked up the road many times for the past few years, and I really thought it was a challenge, but it is possible to create something really wonderful with these characters. The history has been shit. It's been a real fucked up journey for DC."
Well, I mean, at least someone's willing to admit it.
And then he
Whew,
said,
I'm sorry, I
"I
keep yawning,
no,
dude.
you're good." He said, "I think there was basically no minding the mint, and they were giving out IPs to any creator that smelled at whatever was in charge, or smiled whoever was in charge. There was never really any power given to the people in charge, and somebody could go over their head and do whatever they want." And possibly he was alluding to The Rock there, who went around um, the boss at the time, DC's boss, and brought back Superman. He said, "We had the DCEU, which was then became the Josh Whedon Justice League, but also it became the Snyderverse, which became this. And then we had Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 2, which doesn't even match what happened in Wonder Woman 1. And then we have the Arrowverse, and then we have the us coming in with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. And he said, what is it exactly? And all of a sudden, Batmite's a real guy. And he goes, so how can we even take these things together and make them make sense and have them unified and have them be one real universe, one real world?
Yeah.
So, like, he knows. It was a fucking shit show. And, like, I don't necessarily agree with the Arrowverse thing, because, like, the Arrowverse has always been its own separate thing. Like, you gotta differentiate the two or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I still think it's weird that Constantine's getting a sequel to a movie, but whatever.
With Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't remember most of that movie, so... And especially now that Constantine is such, like, a big part of the DC, like, overall mythos right now.
Yeah,
like, especially...
I had never heard of, and I hadn't heard, oh my god, I'd never seen the original Constantine just because I remember when it came out, I heard it was bad.
Yeah.
And
I've seen parts of it,
suddenly
but
everyone loves it, so
yeah.
I don't get it.
I think it's that cult classic kind of thing. But it's just hilarious. Like, he's such a big part of the DC comics and the animated stuff right now, too. That, like, to make a sequel off of some other kind of interpretation off him just seems really weird. But it is what it is. Hopping off the DC train for a bit, because, yeah, we're super excited for that, and we'll see what it is when it comes out, and I'm sure we'll get more announcements of who's starring in what, and I can't wait to see who they cast in all these various roles, and the inevitable backlash because it isn't the people everybody wants them to be, or isn't good at Cavill or thing. I'm really intrigued to see who they cast as Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
That is my thing, and also Batman and Superman. We'll see, but I'm really intrigued by those. Everyone else, I'm like, whatever. And Damien, you gotta find a young actor for Damien as well who can portray that, like, sociopathic guy who also wants to prove to his dad that he's good. Like, there's a lot of nuances to Damien that can be very interesting to see play out, especially given his history. And
yeah,
Damien as a whole is a fantastic character, just from his, like, beginnings as, like, this little brat asshole assassin who never wanted to be Robin to where he is now in comic books at one point leading the Titans. So we'll see. Interesting stuff. I'm excited. For the first time in a long time with DC, they have a plan, and I'm excited to see them actually do it, and someone in charge of what they're doing and a plan for what I've told them for exactly for years, and for, like, people to answer to, and, like, they can bounce off ideas of each other, of him and Saffron and Gunn and whatnot. So there's not 85 cooks in the kitchen trying to do whatever. But yeah, I'm excited. We got a little bit of Fallout news this week. The cast, yeah.
Or playing games.
I'm excited to see how the show works. I don't know how you make a Fallout show work, but awesome. So you got Katie Cassidy, Devin Sawa, Chris Backus, Kate Bosworth, and Tyrese Gibson all signing up. And that is a bunch of actors from various places. And we shall see how it goes. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for this Fallout show, as much as I'm intrigued to see how they do it. I love Fallout. It's a great series. Are we going to get to see some power armor and some super mutants?
I've only ever played Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And I played Fallout 76, but I loved Fallout 4. It took over my life for like a month and a half. Like, I'd be like, I get off of work at 10, get home 10:30, hop on at 11. I'm like, I'm gonna play for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then get some sleep. At some point, I realize I haven't accomplished anything. I'm like, I've just been wandering around.
No, dude, you can do it all the time. I did that in Fallout 3, 4, like New Vegas. You just wander around looking at shit. You can find random missions. You don't have to do things. Oh man, it's so bad for that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it though.
I'd realize, I'm like, oh, I gotta hop off. I haven't accomplished anything. I'll get back on tomorrow. All right, let's get some sleep. And I'll get up, and it's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the fuck did the last 9 hours go?
I've been doing that in Horizon right now, dude. Just like wander around, killing fucking machines, just walking all over the place. It's like, here, and then you find like this random person. They're like, hey, come talk to me. And I'm like, all right, what you got to say? So, trying to, it's like, you got to save the world. And I'm like, hang on, this guy over here lost a child. I need to go find them first. But it's a weird cast of people. Like, there's some TV actors in there, people who haven't acted for a while, and a couple movie actors, and
Yeah.
Tyrese. So
I think he'll be good in it.
yeah, I think so too.
Because that game's got quirkiness, funniness. I wonder what route they're gonna go.
Yeah, especially like, it's always been about the one lone survivor or the lone wanderer, that type of thing. So this seems very much like this is going to be like a settlement of things.
Mm-hmm.
So we will follow this. But is it going to be like the Enclave? Is it going to be the Brotherhood of Steel, or is it going to be like some random settlement that we're following?
And I feel like we'll get a lot. We'll get all the different factions, like the Railroad, the Underground.
Yeah, I'm hoping what it starts off with is like this random settlement, and the the Brotherhood of Steel and the Enclave is like this big reveal at some point.
Yeah,
but I hope, like, I want to see a Deathclaw in there at some point.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we're gonna get to see all the stuff, all the Scorched and the Rad Roaches and all the other fucking crazy things.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That also makes me remember that there's a Borderlands movie that's coming out, and we haven't heard anything about that movie since.
No,
I think
it's
like a year or two ago.
It's been sitting there doing nothing for a little bit of time. So who knows what's going on with that?
I'm gonna look that up real fast.
While you do that, I will talk about the fact that they are bringing back Biker Mice from Mars as well. We are getting a new animated series, as well as a new toy line for the Biker Mice from Mars. No word on is a continuation of the original cartoon from the 90s, or is it a new take on the property? But either way, I'm in, because I like the original series and it's good. So we shall see.
For Biker Mice, yeah.
Yeah. I'll check it out. I wonder where it ends up. Who knows?
Interesting.
What's up?
Borderlands movie reshoots are being taken over by Deadpool's director. Tim Miller takes over for Eli Roth.
Oh, right. Yes.
As an admissible handing of the baton.
I remember this, and I think it's because he's busy, not because it's anything.
Oh, okay.
I remember this now. If it is the Borderlands movie, I remember it's because he wasn't available to do the reshoots. And that people shouldn't worry. I remembered about this now. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm hoping that this is a good movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This does the games justice. So those games are quirky.
Yeah. I've played Borderlands 2 and 3, I think. Yeah.
I played a little bit of one of the free ones that was on PlayStation Plus. Curly and I played it. We just kind of wandered around killing.
No, 3 is the one that just came out, right? A couple years ago?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, then maybe it's only the 2 that I've played. 1 and 2. I don't think I've played 3 yet. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, yeah, so that's coming along then. Look at that. We got more stuff. More fun things. More fun things. Also, on the verge of coming things back, we're getting King of the Hill back as well.
Yes.
Which is cool. King of the Hill, to me, was always that show that was just kind of on, but it was entertaining. Like, it wasn't the juggernaut that a lot of the other shows were on Fox at the time, but it was just the little show that everyone watched and just kept going. At least that's how I viewed King of the Hill.
Yeah, I mean, it in a way it's wholesome. Like, you like all the characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big King of the Hill fan. I watch it at least once a year, all the way through. Which it's a new year, so I better get on that, especially now that there is another one in works. But I love King of the Hill. Me and Sandy, we like I said, I watch it every year all the way through. we just put on random episodes in the background.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just sit, just binge watch seasons. I don't know. I love that show. I'm excited it's coming back. For a while there, I thought it wasn't happening and it was just rumors, but now we got confirmation.
Yeah, but we were talking about that too, because we were saying that it might not come back. So yeah, it takes place in 2023. They've got most of the main actors back. They are they're not bringing back Luann out of respect for Brittany Murphy.
I wonder how they're gonna handle that.
I am as well. Maybe they just don't touch on it. Kind of
hoping
like they did with Hyde in that 70s show. They just didn't, or 90s show. And Lori, they just didn't mention them at all.
Well, they're gonna have to not mention Lucky either, because Lucky was fucking, oh my god, what is his name? Not
Yeah.
Tom. Yeah, no, the fucking singer.
Yeah.
Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Because he died. So I hope that it's like they moved and they wherever they moved to, they had to leave their daughter behind, and
Yeah.
Hank and Peggy are raising, they're stuck with,
Yeah.
their great niece or whatever.
And they might have to recast what's his name there? The dad there. Whose name is escaping me?
Talking about Hank's dad?
Yeah.
He dies.
Does he?
Yeah, he died.
No, not the fucking, I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, I just forgot I said anything because I'm talking to my ass right now. Not Hank's dad.
Dale?
No,
Redcorn?
no, not Redcorn. Fucking, hang on, give me a minute.
I'm sorry.
Give me a second. Let me look this up here. Fucking going through the list of people here. Looking.
I'm quite interested on who you're referencing.
I forget who I'm fucking talking about now, but there was something. There was something. I forgot what it was. I saw it the other day, and I don't remember what the fuck it was. But yeah. Anywho, we're getting King of the Hill back on Hulu for at least a few episodes. I didn't say how many, but that's cool.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it on Disney Plus because I assume that's where it's going to be over here because we don't have Hulu.
You'll have it soon enough.
Yeah, that's true. There was an update as well from one of the actors on Futurama, which said we could get new episodes as early as the summer.
Nice. That's going to be awesome. I am going to make an effort to meet Billy West at the end of the month.
That is awesome. I love Billy West, and I love Futurama. It's one of my favorite shows. And I'm sad that they constantly fucking keep canceling the shit.
Yep. Futurama is right up there with King of the Hill. Every Sunday, King of the Hill, Futurama, Simpsons.
See, unfortunately, Futurama kept getting fucking delayed because of football. They made this stupid ass decision to put it on at 7:30, and it always got fucking moved.
Yep.
And I'm still trying to figure out how Family Guy has new episodes because it was never on, like, new episodes. It was always a fucking repeat. I'm like, how did you guys make 20 episodes this season?
That always drove me crazy was all the sports. Because if it wasn't football, it was fucking baseball. Oh my god.
MLB.
Bullshit.
Yeah, because the playoffs around the playoffs because they play that late. On that announcement too, a couple weeks ago, they announced Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, and Family Guy have all been renewed for 3 more seasons apiece.
That's wild. Like, okay, I understand Bob's Burgers and I understand Simpsons, but Family Guy still has an audience. That is insane.
You know what's funny? Because you would say that, but a lot of people would argue that The Simpsons should not be on as well. But I still think it's
A
pretty
lot of
good.
people say after what season 7 was when it fell off, is what people say. But I'll be honest, I've tried watching more recent episodes, and they end up becoming background.
I
Not
love
like a
them. I
big
like the
deal.
new stuff, dude. I finally was like, I need to sit down and watch this new stuff, and I caught up to, I think, from the end of last season. I haven't watched this season yet, but I was enjoying
I'm
it.
like I'm like 20 seasons behind.
And like, I tried to go back and watch the new Family Guy stuff after I stopped, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying it.
I stopped watching Family Guy a long time ago. It got too like in your face, too like shock humor, and I'm like, I don't like
It just stopped being funny to me. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. If you enjoy it still, it is what it is. Speaking of shock
I
value
was
and in
just
your
about to
face,
say, I knew where we were going.
there's been a massive shift in Rick and Morty and several other properties based off of things that have happened with Justin Roiland. He's gone, which is fucking massive.
Especially for that show and the fact that they're going to keep going. I know they have contracts.
Yeah.
And they don't want people to lose their jobs, but it's like he was the main the main force in that show.
Yeah.
You know, like
well,
voices,
from what I understand, he has not written the show for the last few seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of the other writers now. This is from what I've read, my understanding. Granted, he still is the voice actor for the main thing. A lot of the side characters as well as the two main characters. So we shall see what they do with that. It's very interesting to say the least. But yeah, because of Roland's charges that came to light and various other things that have come to light, not just the charges. Who was it?
So gross messages with that.
Yo, no, I'm not even gonna talk about what he did. Okay. Adult Swim and its parent company, who's escaping me right now, decided to let him go.
Cartoon Network?
Yeah, Cartoon Network. Well, yeah, because whoever owns Cartoon Network, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, they let him go, and he was let go off of that. He resigned from Squanch Games, which just came out with High on Life, which was awesome. But again, he was just playing the main character in that as well. And it's basically Morty.
Yeah.
And he's also been let go off of Polar Opposites, a show he voiced as well as, I think, co-created or co-produced. And some other show.
He was the creator of it.
Yeah. And some other show that he was on as well that's currently escaping my brain because I don't have a functioning brain most of the time. But yeah, so yeah, Justin Roiland, that's big. That's not just that's not just recasting like Hank Azaria and all like Cleveland and all the stuff they've been doing recently to whatever. Yeah. That's like he is the two main characters of that show.
He's what he brings their personalities.
So we shall see like who they're casting in these shows because they're committed to doing the 2 to 3 seasons that they set out to do. When I
hope they don't do a weird thing where they're like, oh, we get new people in and we're gonna write it as in this is different Ricks and Mortys, with different voices. It's
but anytime we've seen a different Rick and Morty, they still have the same voice.
Yeah, I just don't want them to like do that. I want them to get somebody who sounds like.
I think they have enough smarts to not fuck that up. That would just be really stupid, and they know that would be really stupid. So yeah, I 100% think that they're going to just cast someone who can do both voices, or one does one and one does the other. There's no reason that says everyone has to do the both voices. So yeah, the only thing that Roland really had a lot to do with was like ad-libbing those like TV commercial stuff or like the interdimensional TV special ones. That was him just ripping in the booth.
It just sucks because I really like Rick and Morty.
I do too. But if the writing is still the writing that's there,
yeah,
then we shall see.
Say, I'm ashamed sometimes of being like, oh yeah, I'm a Rick and Morty fan just because like most Rick and Morty fans are pretty toxic, and I'm like,
yeah, but I'm like a fan, but I'm not like the fucking toxic fan that exists out there. Some of those people are fucking garbage. But there's fans like that
Angry
across the board
motherfucker.
for everything, man. There's a lot of garbage fandoms.
That's why I always say I don't like fandoms.
They're
Don't
bad.
watch
Like you get,
fandoms.
why do you gotta be like, I hate fan. Yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot of terrible fandoms out there. Rick and Morty's up there. My Hero's fan base is pretty toxic as well.
That's just anime fan bases in general.
Yeah, that's true. They're some
Yeah.
of them are weird. No offense to anime fans. Some of you are all fucking weird.
Crazy.
Yeah. Weirdos,
Well, I think
man.
even most of them, like my buddy Corey, the one who got me into like finally read mangas and watching anime and stuff. He even says he can't stand them. He's just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And he's like deep in it, you know.
See, I'm not even a fucking purist. I don't read the manga. I have no plan to read manga, and I don't fucking care whether it's subbed or dubbed. I don't give a shit. Most of the time, it's gonna be subbed or dubbed. I mean, because I just don't care.
I just watch the dub. It's easier.
And I'm very selective with what I'm watching.
I got I got concentration problems.
No, not at all. Not at all. I've never seen it.
Anthony knows.
I've
I'm
never seen it.
mid-sentence and just stop like squirrel.
That's from something? What is that from? Oh, Up. Yeah, a movie I've never seen, but I know the reference to. So
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
the
dude.
beginning's like really sad, but
Yeah.
what Disney movie isn't?
Disney hates moms.
Yes.
Disney very much hates moms.
Disney hates parents. No.
More so moms though. Like if you
It
go
is
look,
moms,
like
yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't kill off the mom in Incredibles just in the second one just for fucking shits and giggles. They're like, boom, she dies in the first 5 minutes of the movie. There's your movie. Oh man. Well, I'm just happy we got good news this week, other than Roland's stuff, but that was a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's once again, it's good to be in nerddom. And
Yeah, I'm excited for the future of the DC movies and
me too.
Other things, So
Exactly. On a sad note, though, they fucking canceled a Titanfall fucking Apex sequel, though. And that kind of makes me sad.
oh yeah, we were talking about that last night.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's in the video game side.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's weird how a lot of those are getting shut down, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion on those. I mean,
It's like this, like how long, like like apart from the battle royale, like these, your Apex, your what is it, Apex, Fortnite, and what's the other big one?
Warzone.
Warzone, and then you got like your what's it called? Trying to make its way back there. Overwatch trying to make its way back in.
Oh yeah.
But like apart from those and like fucking Rocket League hanging on. I think Rocket League's its own little niche thing though. But like a lot of these games, like you have to be big and stay big. Like they can only stay for so long. Like a dodgeball game is only going to be fun for so long. Like Rumbleverse with the wrestling thing was only going to be for so long. Like you got big space to fill, and only so many things, especially with
Fortnite, and that's going to be around, I think, forever.
Yeah,
Call of Duty has the Call of Duty name on it, so regardless, whatever they fucking put out.
Call of Duty's been garbage, and people just flock from Apex to that back and forth. So
yeah,
like, and even now, like, look at us, we're playing Fortnite, and that's only because they added a no build mode. If they got rid of that mode, I'd never play Fortnite again.
Oh, I don't blame it. I'd probably stop too. I don't want to have to go back and relearn.
Yeah, like I've stated this numerous times. If they get rid of that mode, I'm done in Fortnite. But I play Apex and Fortnite constantly. So, and Apex shifts between like a lot of people playing it and nobody playing it. So it all depends. And they like their new season starts soon, and they're putting out a trailer on Monday that just says Apex Legends, and it feels like a little soft reboot kind of thing. So we'll see what that is on Monday.
Interesting. I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they've been quiet for a little bit because their new season's supposed to start soon. So, and it looks like there's might be no new legend, but just kind of like a nerf instead of the current legends and whatnot. So, and the timeline's going to keep going, which I'm excited for because it was quiet for a little bit because it's Jack specific making them. And yeah, they announced a new line, and I'm really excited because I want to collect all the mainline legends that are out right now. So they just added Watson, which is pretty cool. So they're almost done with all the main ones now. But yeah, lots of news, lots of good things, and we were able to record, which is awesome. And I appreciate you for coming on here with me and talking about the news and whatnots.
Sure.
So yes, this has been the Talking Bull podcast. Please go follow Mr. Horror Squid. Oh, this way. Horror Squid, Drock over here, over on
Squidler.
There you go.
I haven't done the
Squidler.
Horror Squid thing in a minute, but the Squidler.
I always forget.
Twitch. Are you good, bro?
Squidler on Twitch. Go follow him on there, please. Send him some love. He plays Fortnite. He does Digimon, which is like really cool to watch. And eventually, you kind of pick on up what's going on. I remember watching you play, and I stepped away while you were explaining some of this stuff. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. And as you kept going, I was like, I think I'm getting some of this now. I think I'm getting it. So yeah, he does that. He does some Marvel Snap and various other things. So go check him out over on Twitch. It'll be linked below. We will see you guys on the next one. Please like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, and rate on every other podcast service. We are live on everything now. I finally got everything all worked out. So I appreciate you guys. And I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.
Deuces.